Alright guys, Reynor and Solar are about to start. Game 1 will be on Evil Heart. They don't know if this is the right version. I don't know if it's the right version, but they said it's the only version, so we should be good. I can see that everyone is incredibly dialed in for this one. Solar vetoing maps that are not in the map pool. Alrighty. There is a good chance, yeah, but we might have to wait with game 2 or game 3, but game 1 is good to go. Alrighty guys, Reynor Solar, historically very close, very back and forth. Sometimes it is all Reynor, sometimes it is all Solar. Game 1 semi-finals. There is a good chance that the winner will play Maru in the grand finals to determine the 4th and final player to make it to the RSL offline finals tomorrow. So of course today is kind of a tournament on its own. The last chance qualifier. Only the winner will get rewarded. It is very brutal in that regard. Here we go.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight.
Top right side, we're looking at the main base of the man from BASILISK. Has been molding over this matchup a little bit, especially because of the guy that he's currently playing. Because there are 17,000 different all-ins he will throw at you, and it's almost impossible to figure out which one it is. It is BASILISK, Reynor. And in the bottom left side of Evil Heart, you just never know what it's going to be. Is it going to be Roachling, Ravage Bane? Is it Roachling? Is it just Roaches? Is it Link Bane? Is it a Quick Lair? Is it of 39 drones, 41, 44, 47, 52? You just never know. It is Falcons Solar. What we do know is that this man is an absolute degen. He is not afraid to roll the dice. I actually know from personal experience that he truly enjoys it. In-game, out of game, Solar does not shy away from some odds. Now this is once more, guys, it's a best of 5 that we may not be able to play all the way through. I was asked to please start the series, do the vetoes, start game 1. But once game 1 is over, we have to check in with the admin to see if we can start game 2 or if we have to wait. But this game 1 is live, it matters, it's important. And the rest, we'll see. Obviously I like Solar a lot too, but needless to say, we are rooting for our boy here. It's my channel. I'm allowed to be biased. Some people have a problem with it. Unlucky. It will be fun to see if anyone goes for a quick lair here. This is actually kind of a small map, no? In a weird way, it reminds me a tiny bit of that map a long time ago that had all the slow zones. Very bad in remembering the map names, but it was the last map of the TSL finals between Reynor and Trap. I don't know if you guys remember that. And Reynor all-inning Trap. Trap having DTs. Reynor not having a lair. DTs killing everything. This map reminds me a little bit of it. Just minus the slow zones. But same tile set. Bottom left, top right. Feels the size is somewhat similar. I think I heard a dog, but I was confused. Solar has a couple of links. Trying to be annoying. Reynor has already dropped a Baneling Nest. Reynor is making more links. Solar should be doing the same thing. Not the moment to cut corners. No, it's the map. There are weird sounds on this map. I don't know where it's coming from, but there is a weird sound on this map. It's like I thought it was a dog. Alright guys, Solar has decided to skip the Baneling Nest altogether. He wants to go straight into Roaches. Now this is a very small map, and that actually means that there should be some potential here, right? For Reynor with his Link Bane. Shouldn't there be? I kind of feel like there should. There are 2 Banelings already morphing here. Solar sees it. First Bane done immediately. Second Bane doesn't really get much. First Baneling connection was good. The second one was not that good. When will we see Serral in tournaments? When there are tournaments, Serral plays in. He was playing yesterday. Reynor continues to moor 5 banelings on this side of the map, but now Solar is producing roaches. Did Reynor miss his window, or does he still have a chance? It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's now or never. Reynor is going to bust the natural wide open. Solar is doing a good job in buying some time with a counter-attack. Reynor is going to jump on the ladies. Reynor gets the first lady. Reynor gets the second lady. That's 2 more ladies than Reynor found in 2025. Can he capitalize on this victory? That I don't know. Gets 4 drones. Gets a roach. Well, I think Solar will get enough roaches out in the end. I kind of wish that Reynor would have finished these roaches off. This one has like 2 HP. And he's going to get that one. He's not going to get the other low HP roach. Killing the queens and the drones though is a very, very sweet combo. Because even if Solar does have the more powerful units right now, the more powerful army, what is he going to do with a couple of roaches? They're not just going to run to the other side of the map and win this game. Or are they? But Reynor doesn't have a roach one yet, so they might. I don't know. Door is wide open. Reynor continues to pile on the aggression, just kind of looking for freebies. I would love to see Reynor get a roach one though. Isn't it necessary? Isn't it mandatory? Because Solar is still building units, and he's not rebuilding drones, and he's not rebuilding queens. Reynor, please, mate. Maybe some spines, guys? Like maybe spines in the natural or something? The spines or a roach warren right here, right now. Pure Bane is... I don't know. Reynor is gonna drop a roach warren. I hear the weird sounds again. Evil heart catching me off guard. I think it looks really good for Reynor, but he's definitely not there yet. He is not there yet, because Solar is going to send it. Reynor, no drones, mate. Please, no drones. Drones is not what Reynor needs. He's got a 9 worker lead. He's got 2 queens against 0. What Reynor needs are units and units only. He's going to fire up 12 more. That's a lot of roaches on Solar's side. 13, guys. It is hard to engage. 13 roaches. This might be a moment that Reynor can at least buy a lot of time for himself. I wouldn't stick around till the bitter end when it comes to this fight, and that's exactly what Reynor is not going to do. He is morphing 6 more Banes. Roach Warren is done, but he has no money. Oh my goodness, he's got no money. I don't know if Reynor can hold, man. We don't have a spine, we don't have any roaches. We do have extra links, we have Bane links getting decent connections. And those Banes do a good job in zoning the links away. Reynor has a couple of extra links popping. Can Reynor pull off a miraculous defense? Look at the little Bane link that good. Oh, the little Bane that good. It's Reynor who takes the 1-0 lead. Great hold in the end there. That was not easy. He actually cut that one somewhat close, but Reynor takes the 1-0 lead. So now I have to contact Ziggy, guys. Reynor 1-0. Can we start game 2 or do we wait? Cool. So we can just open the main stream, put our feet on the desk, lean back, and enjoy the remaining bits of Reynor Solar. Hopefully it is short and sweet. Told Reynor good luck. Vamos! I'm gonna take a tiny breaky then myself, guys, because we have to wait anyway for the tasteless stream to catch up. Score 1-0. And from here on out, it is pure co-streaming. No casting. Pure co-streaming. This is the tasteless stream. As you guys can see, the countdown timer, I think it was at 9 and now it's just at 1. So, I don't know who's gonna cover it. Maybe Tasteless and Artosis together. Maybe GG Emily. Where's GG Emily? Why hasn't he been casting yet? I don't think they were listening to me. But that was very weird. I've never been in game on Evil Heart, and you hear like it was very weird. But I don't think they were listening to me, and they were also not showing my stream. I am just here to show games that otherwise would not be shown, and nobody else is paying attention to me. Alright, be right back, guys. Much love. Enjoy. Come on, Reynor. Vamos.
The Classics got charged. I think this is going to be a great series. Some of the highest, ZVZ you can watch.
Yeah, it's really nice that Solar is kind of doing pretty well so far in the bracket because, yeah, like you said, he did kind of have an unfortunate couple seasons. He really hasn't actually made the playoffs in any of the two matches or any of the 2 seasons that he did play. So if he could, of course, make it all the way into the top 4 from this LCQ, that would be incredible for him.
Yeah, he's definitely good enough to do so. We'll have to see if he's able to bring out that level in this game. It is going to be on Tokamak, guys. In the bottom left as the red Zerg, it is Solar.
Nice. And over on the top right-hand side, the Italian Stallion himself up 1-0 so far. It is Reynor.
Okay, right now we're looking at a hatch first from both these guys. As you guys know, ZVZ, you often see very mirrored builds in the early game, and then we'll see some deviations once you get to 2 or 3 bases. You can go for a wall off, you can take the early 3rd hatch and then a Bane Nest. There's lots of different ways to play it. Right now, both these guys getting their gas and their pool at exactly the same times.
Yeah, do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of Ling Bane wars, the early game skirmishes where both players are just, you know, got the knives in hand trying to backstab each other with different Lings and Banes all over the place? Is that what we're going to be? Is it the monkeys with the knives circling each other? Is that what's going on in the series?
Well, I mean, Reynor's very, very, very good at that, so I would not be surprised to see it. Also, it's worth mentioning on the current patch that Mutalisks have made a big comeback in this matchup. The Spire now builds quicker, it's 50 minerals and 50 gas cheaper.
Alrighty.
And it's kind of dominating the ladder. Like,
is he here?
A lot of games you see Mutas, they're really
is it GG, Emily?
I expect to see that come out at least a couple times in this series.
Sorry about the lack of volume.
Both of these guys. You know, like Roach Muta, Lingbane Muta, you have choices.
You are definitely a Muta enjoyer yourself, I have to say. Anytime I'm watching your stream, there's just a flock of 20 Mutas on the screen, man. I swear to God, you have something with that unit.
That's my favorite unit in the game, and for good reason. That unit is fun, man. It's dynamic. It's it's interactive. You're harassing.
So true.
You're in their face. I love that unit, and yeah, right now we're going to be seeing the 3rd bases go down after just a couple more drones, if they want to do that. But there we go to see a drone moving out. Yep, he's going to take the 3rd base there. And yeah, the Mutalisk is great, Gemini. I will not have any Mutalisk slander on this stream right now.
No, I'm not going to slander it. Yeah, you definitely love it. It's good so far in the patch. It's been definitely buffed just a little bit. I was asking Reynor even as well when we were doing the vetoes for this. I was just a quick question of how, is this 3-0 easy peasy, you think? He's like, nah, man, ZVZ, anything could happen. So far he's been doing really good, obviously, 1 up in the series, but according to Reynor, at least, ZVZ is kind of like PvP, where it's on a knife's edge, like we were saying. So anything can happen. I mean, Solar's been having a good day so far as well. So I'm really not sure who to expect to actually come out on top in this particular match. It looks like everything's going to be mirrored overall. It looks like Reynor's just making a few extra Lings compared to Solar going for a few extra drones, but Baneling Nests getting thrown down for both players as well. Pretty nicely timed just to have a nice defensive setup in case any player decides to go ham with it. But you could also just turn that switch on as well yourself if you really find the need to.
Yeah, both these guys, as the Observer pointed out, took 1 drone out of gas. This is very standard as you need to get your 3rd base down a bit quicker. You just don't need so much gas in the early game. And to answer your question, are we going to see the Ling Bane wars? Well, we might see a little bit. Solar's making some right now. He's getting his Roach Warren in the 30s. Reynor now throws his down a few drones later, which is nice. You always want to be just a little bit ahead, but not too far ahead economically in ZVZ, so you can make the units in time. And it looks like we're going to be going into a kind of standard Roach mid-game.
It's a pretty quick layer
Solar's
on
getting
Solar's
his
side.
layer here, just at 4 minutes. All looking pretty standard so far.
Yeah, neither
think
player
Reynor is
seemingly want to be
expecting this.
super aggressive in this game, particularly. The layer for Solar is going to be noticeably faster coming on in here, so I'm wondering if Reynor's waiting with this Zergling to try and get a scout off before committing to that. It looks like that is the case, as he does start up his layer right then, but it is going to basically be pretty far behind. Solar's is already halfway done at this point, and so he's going to be able to get the much faster Roach speed. He's got an extra gas coming in here as well, so he could be flooding with Roaches eventually as well. If he gets the scout off, that he will be ahead in that regard. If you can catch your opponent off with the Roach speed advantage, it's massive for you.
Yeah, he's already up to 4 gases right now, so I'm thinking this might be like a Roach pressure with a Spire behind it. Something like that kind of seems to make sense to me.
I personally think it's not, like a Roach speed is not that big of a deal. You can be aggressive with roach speed, but if you're just defending, it's not that bad if you don't have roach speed. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Like, defending is fine. Obviously, you cannot attack with slower roaches, so that is one possibility that you don't have, that your opponent does have, but it's not that big of a deal. Spire makes slightly more sense, but hopefully Reynor will scout it in time.
Very interesting to see. We got a couple of scouting lings coming forward. We'll be able to see a few of those extra gases.
I do know that, Wingant.
Did not quite see the extra one there as the 6th gas, but
it's weird,
looks
but
like
it's
Reynor might be trying to be a little bit aggressive with his roaches so far, just taking some map control, maybe realizing that Solar's going to try to go for a fast tech play.
Yeah, that's all Reynor needs to see. He sees the 5th gas. He says, okay, he wouldn't have that, so fast. Okay, he actually confirms the 6th one as well. He throws down a Hydralisk then immediately, expecting these Mutalisks, and that will be in time to deal with them. He kind of pressured out on the map. I thought he was going to try and commit before the Spire finishes and the Roaches come out, but maybe he doesn't know the exact timing of the Spire. You don't want to get caught on the map by Mutas as the Roach player, and he will try and fly in and confirm it, but actually this Overseer has already taken a lot of damage. This is not going to see the Spire.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to see
It's Sturgeon. Sturgeon, the Battle Aces player, as I call him. As I only learned about Sturgeon during Battle Aces. He was very high ranked in Battle Aces. And he seems to be like pretty good as an all-around RTS gamer. He's a bit like Alex, where he's good in many different games. But Alex is definitely better in Starcraft.
Kill off whatever vision and try to take control of the map.
Yeah, indeed. Reynor already has Hydralisk out, so he will be able to deal with the Mutalisk for the moment. And he's getting the flyer upgrade, so it looks like Solo's going to commit heavily into these. Maybe go Mutaling Bane, get the extra base up earlier than Reynor, get the gas there, fill that up, and just make as many Mutas as he can. As Reynor, at some point, you will need an Infestation Pit to deal with those Banelings. Roach Hydra is very, very bad against Lingbane Muta. The Banes just destroy the Hydras, and then the Roaches deal with, the Mutas deal with everything else. So we'll see that come online at some point. Right now, Solo just flying around, trying to get any damage done he can.
Yeah, it looks like Reynor is just trying to hunt down these units as best as he can, really trying to take away the natural thing you get as the Muta player, which is map control, and trying to deny it as much as possible. Some more Lings will find their way into the main base here.
So far, I don't hate this for Reynor, guys. We are on 4 bases against Mutas, and that's normally incredibly hard to do. I don't know about moving out. Moving out is risky. Moving out is very risky. I don't know if I like it.
He's going to try to initiate a little bit of a base trade.
Wow, and Reynor's actually having to come home right now. He can't commit across the map with his slower army. This is really good for Solar, potentially.
I liked it for Reynor until he moved out that far. I don't think it was needed yet, because if we max out, it's definitely favoring us.
He doesn't really want anymore because he's going Mutaling Bane. His Infestation Pit is on the way,
That's
but will
okay.
not be available just yet for those key fungals he'll need.
It's okay.
Yeah, it looks like some units got sent across the map from Reynor as well to try and do some counter damage.
Okay.
A couple of roaches
Ooh.
will find some drone damage as well.
Reynor is
Looks like
playing good.
both
Reynor is playing
about
very
the
good.
same amount of their economies for now, so honestly a very even trade
Yo,
overall.
legend.
A lot of roaches were suicided
Thank
to
you,
be able
Matty.
to do that damage, of course, but still Solar also dealing a lot of damage with about the same amount of units. I think he kept his Muta count pretty
Casual 142 months. What a man.
Wants to keep the Muta flock as large as possible, going for this main army, so that way the Banelings eventually could actually get the massive connections by just rolling through.
That was such a good move by Reynor. Having the presence of mind to send some units across while you're being attacked is so clutch. He's going to be able to take out this 4th base with the Mutas right now. I think Solo's, this Muta flock
It's
is
annoying to
really
lose this
hard, by the
base,
way.
but I think right now
On the other
Reynor should
side,
just
Reynor
max
does
out
have his
Roach,
Hydralisk up.
Hydra,
He's got his
Infestor,
Infestors
and then I
coming
think
out
we
now.
can
They're
win.
going to fungal the Banelings.
The only scary
Something
thing is that we
affecting
might,
the Hydras.
get base
Hopefully,
traded, and if you then
his
get
game plan.
eliminated,
But,
obviously you
looks
hate
like Solo's
life.
looking to be aggressive.
Ah, careful with the Hydras, careful!
Reynors hopefully not
Oh.
paying attention, but the fungal
Ooh.
is perfect, coming in right on that massive flock
Holy
of
smokes.
Banes and Mutas. The Banelings, weakened by that fungal, will try to get to the back line, but a nice split from Reynor will be able to deny the majority of the damages. The Mutas are just
Mutas
going to try
take
to go
this
right
fight?
on top of the Hydras. Does he actually have enough to take this engagement? It looks like he does. We'll just completely kill all of these Hydras down, as there's nothing left on the ground right now for Reynor on this side of the map.
That one Spore Crawler keeping his work line alive. Meanwhile, he's trying to rally desperately. An Infestor spawns into the Mutas, but gets the fungal off. A couple more maybe going down here. These Hydras running for their lives right now.
If you lose all the Hydras once, I think you're kind of cooked.
Somehow Oh, Reynor's lost 7 drones. This is chaos right now.
Yeah, Solar looks like he's in prime control to take
Man,
this
Midas
map
is so
number 2
good.
as Reynor is just scrambling to get any units to come out of these hatcheries together. Everything coming out one at a time, not all together, as he's going for a desperate Roach counterattack on the other side of the map to try and deal any sort of damage.
I think it's
But these
1-1.
Mutas have no answer at the moment, and Reynor realizes that GG Solar will even this up.
Wow, wow, wow. What a game from Solar. Really like that. He played the Roach Muta build. You know, he pressured a little bit of the Roaches.
I think two mistakes on Reynor's side. I think the first one was moving out the first time. Even if he handled it really well, I think the crisis management was great. You still open the door to take damage, and you open the door to kind of like lose some momentum. Well, normally it's very hard to go up to 4 bases. He was already on 4 bases, and I think if he just kept moving the Hydras around defensively for a little while longer, then he builds up a bit of a bank, he gets Infestus out, I think he's fine. So I think moving out and being out of position kind of opened the door for Solar to find some momentum. And then towards the end, like Reynor reacted incredibly well and he dropped that fungal, but it's still a lot of Banes on creep. They're always going to connect in some way, even with a good fungal. And Reynor didn't have that many roaches that he could really keep the Hydra safe.
Like imagine Reynor has 2 or 3 more infestors with fungals there, and he changed those fungals. Suddenly all the Banelings die. Then you have enough Hydras to fight the Mutalisks. The game can look completely different. So good killer instinct by Solar there, picking his moment and making that timing work.
It was a very good moment for Solar to send it. Even if he took the risk of eating a big fungal, and he did eat a big fungal, he's already on creep, and the Banes, they connected. And then he made a really good decision in the heat of the moment to jump on those Hydras, where at first I was like, that's a lot of Hydras, but had even more Mutas, has a couple of extra links, and Banes show up, and it's good enough to tie things up. 1-1.
And over on the right-hand side, unfortunately losing out on that last game. Will he be able to continue taking any games in the series? Give it up for Reynor.
A lot of Reynor fans in the building, and how could you not be, Gemini? This is a fan favorite for sure. We love to see this guy play. And yeah, what a game too. This map is very different though. I'm just checking where they're both scouting right now. So Solar's actually scouting in the correct direction. He will be going towards Reynor's base. Reynor, on the other hand, has got the short straw here, and he's going the wrong way. So he will get that scout a little bit later here. And that's just one of the features of this map as a 3-player map. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, right?
Yep, that's the fun little RNG part. Well, I mean, us viewers like to call it the fun RNG part. The players don't like to call it that adjective, but it still is going to be making it slightly more interesting because at least Reynor here is going for a pool first build, and it's actually going to get scouted pretty fast by Solar. So Reynor trying to take advantage of the map and potentially get the RNG in his favor that Solar doesn't scout it early enough, but it's not going to play out for him in this particular scenario because this Overlord should be able to get over and notice the timing of when that hatchery's been placed down.
Yeah, indeed. Reynor mixing it up here in game number 3. We'll be going for that pool first, like you said, getting his gas as well. He'll have the quicker link speed. We'll have to see if he commits into Banelings as well. He's going to pull 1 drone out right now, so he will get his Baneling nest eventually. And now the question is, how aggressive does he want to be with this? Sometimes you just make 6 to 8 lings, and then you hold the drone button like crazy and hope your opponent overreacts. On the other hand, you can also just keep making lings and throw Bane, Ling Bane at them for a long time. So it's up to Reynor how he wants to play this here.
Yeah, for now it's going to just be a couple lings and then immediately a drone as well right afterwards.
Definitely
so
build
like
other advantage for Solar.
Super aggressive with this, like you said, maybe just trying to force an overreaction from Solar at this point. It will be a Baneling nest though, so hold that thought as it looks like it's just going to be that singular drone and will still go into the aggression from Reynor.
Yeah, Reynor now making some more lings, so it's not the earliest possible lings you can make, like as soon as the pool finish, he gets another drone.
I don't like it for Reynor build otherwise.
He's sitting on just 18 workers right now compared to the 23 of Solar, so he is quite committed with this attack. He's going to need to do a little bit of damage at least, and the Baneling nest for Solar, because we're going to hatch first, is going to be quite a bit later here.
Yeah, looks like Solar's going to try to come on in with a couple of Zerglings. We'll be able to see the much larger pack coming out from Reynor. So Solar, fully aware of what's happening at this point. His Baneling nest will be
Reynor feels dead to me.
later, but he's got
I hope
his
I'm
double
wrong,
queen
but he feels
on
dead
the
to
ramp
me.
here, ready to deny any lings trying to run on in. And a couple more lings just trying to find whatever they can on the middle of the map before Reynor's speed lings are finally across.
Yeah, and Reynor going back into drones right now, so he's going to try and make Solar make a ton of lings that he doesn't want. He's going to deny
Just hoping
mining
for
from
an
the natural.
overreaction at this
Because
point.
it's so scary. If this isn't all in, you have to really respect this as Solar. You don't want to just die. Queens on the ramp plus the Banelings will be able to hold this. But the real damage is not mining from your natural for so long. Eventually, he will have to, you know, bring some workers back down. And already the work count is equal with Reynor now taking the lead. And then, you know, it's like a seesaw, right? Then it's going to be Solar's turn to go across the map and pressure as well eventually here.
Yeah, and you can see that Solar really
man.
identified what was happening very quickly. The drones started being remade very fast after he noticed that there were no extra lings coming on to the minimap.
Yeah, it worked out for Reynor that Solar took it very serious, and he indeed put all the drones, and he morphed a lot of defensive units,
Slightly
but
behind for now until his next set of drones does kick in, taking this opportunity as well to go straight into a lair on 2 bases.
Yeah, he's going to go 2-base muter here. I really like this choice. After some early aggression from either side.
if Solar wants to do this, he is definitely going to need a lot of spines, I think. Because Reynor can obviously just hold down the roach button and rally everything to the other side of the map. So I think Solar will be forced to build a lot of spines. Like, we're talking 6, 7 spines. Is that how we do it, guys?
That one Overlord just getting away there.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky, but oh well. Got to keep those queens back home. You don't want to lose those to some random links across the map. We'll try to poke forward as Reynor, but still being denied the vision. Of course, Solar does not want to give up that vision so easily. The fact that he's got 2 gases sitting there in his natural is a blind tell. If you could just see that as Reynor, you know exactly what is happening. So there's the Spire coming down from Solar, trying to go into that Muta style yet again. It worked so well for him in the last game, so he's going to try to see if that card can play once more.
Send it,
Yeah,
Reynor.
it's going to be hard to scout
have to
that
go
as
now.
Reynor. I mean, you can probably infer it from the lack of a third base coming up in the near future, but you won't actually be able to get an overseer or anything in the base for a long time because you don't have layer yourself.
to go,
Okay,
go,
the spines
go,
are basically
go.
100% tell. Reynor will now know. And the question is,
We
does
have
he want
to
to try and
go.
send this and try to end the game, or is he going to tech up? Looks like he wants
No,
to
he
just
has
end
to
the game
end it.
before these mutas come out. But the Spire's already 80% done almost.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Ling's
matter.
getting into the main base of Reynor, though, is going to make things awkward, losing quite a few drones and forced off of mining here. But the attack from Reynor is imminent, and it's a massive army onto the front of Solar's natural here. Will he be able to hold? He's got a couple of spine crawlers trying to desperately make in time as the Banelings try to go forward, trigger the other Banelings of Solar, and then the rest of the units will go on through. Solar just needs to hold on until he can get his mutas out.
I don't think it's going to be in time. Reynor has so much in the natural
go!
of Solar. And Reynor takes game number 3 on Mothership with a crisp time in attack. As soon as he realized it was mutas, he said, okay, I'm
Not
gonna
enough
stick
spines,
to
baby.
I'm gonna
He
go
should have
for
had
the,
6 to 7 spines, and he didn't.
Beautiful time in there by Reynor. Really got a good game plan, knowing what he
I don't think Solar enjoyed
Yeah,
that,
I like
actually.
overall how
I
he
think
plays.
Solar enjoys it more when he's on the other side.
On this map, of course, that allows you to go for that type of style, since it is a 3-player map, like we said. And then having the ability to just kind of adapt on the fly, I'd say, just based off of what Solar was doing, forces a little bit of a reaction, not the most insane reaction, but then continually going in with the scouting as much as possible to verify what exactly the follow-up was going to be from Solar. Because he saw no third base that entire time as well, so it's not like he was trying to rush out a third or anything. So getting the extra scouts off, seeing those spine crawlers being made, able to deduce what exactly is happening, just pulls the trigger immediately. It feels like both of these games that we just saw kind of just came down to really snap decisions, like really good decision-making from both players.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Reynor's taking a small break here before we jump into the next game. Icing out his opponent. Genius strategic
A classic
move
move.
here.
His IQ is through the roof.
Yeah, oh no, I'm thirsty.
Oh wait, I mean, oh my chair is broken. Oh, I think my water's leaking. Like, oh god.
Yeah. So Solo will have to wait as with us just a moment as Reynor returns, and we jump into the next map. It will be Magnetic North here. You know, pretty standard map, not like your Mothership, which is a 3-player map, where Reynor put out this kind of wonky, not wonky, like, you know, pool first is a very normal thing, but that's the map to do it on, where you might scout the wrong direction with the Overlord. You don't exactly know what's going on. It's pretty big. So I like the choice from him, and yeah.
Yeah, I think Magnetic North, despite being obviously not a 3-player map, it's definitely one of the lesser known maps, of course. because it's not in the major map pool at the moment. It's not in the main map pool, so we don't see it as much. It usually would get vetoed earlier on in the season number 3, I should say, as well. So seeing it come out here in the game will be kind of interesting because, yeah, we just don't really see it as much. I think overall, yeah, it is just kind of a standard solid map, so I don't think it's going to be too crazy for a ZVZ particularly, but I'm not the ZVZ expert over here, so I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff, right? You have a lot of choices available to you as both players. I think if you're Solar, you went 2-base muta, it failed. The game before that, you went Mutalisk, you were able to win. As we do see Reynor returning to his chair now, he will be jumping into the lobby, and we'll get this fight up in just a moment. But I always wonder about the thought process of pros as they think back to the previous games and how much it influences them, you know, in the ones coming up.
Yeah, it's always interesting to know just how many mind games are being played as well. Like, you know, how many players or how many times these players have played before. Because, I mean, at this point in StarCraft's history, it's like these players have been playing each other for so many years at this point, and you have so many matches. Like, you go on a League of Legends and you just kind of look at the history of some of these players, and it's like, some of these guys are playing like every week in like the weekly cups and everything. I'm just always amazed at just how they're able to come together with all those different mind games, all the different game plans and everything. How do you shake it up? But we're going to be going into game number 4 just shortly here as Reynor is back. We are loading on in to Magnetic North.
Yes, we are, guys. Can't wait to get this going, see who's able to take this game. Will it be Reynor closing out the series or Solar making a comeback? Let's find out as we spawn into Magnetic North. In the bottom left, it is the Korean Zerg, Solar.
And on the top right-hand side, of course, taking the lead yet again in this series. Give it up for Reynor.
This is what it's all about. We're deep in the bracket now. We're in the semifinals. Whoever wins this moves on to the finals and a chance to get to day 2 in the top 4 where they will fight against all those Protoss waiting for them.
The green wave, baby, the green wave.
The green wave.
They're all waiting there at the gates, welcoming their non-Protoss brothers. Like, come.
Do they welcome them, Gemini?
They welcome them into their guillotine that they've got waiting in the back behind the gate. Yeah, yeah. It's going to be great, of course, to see who ends up going on into the Final 4 tomorrow. That's going to be some great set of best-of-7s that we have set up. But this series, of course, is leading off into the finals of the LCQ after this. I mean, we're going to have Maru playing again against Shin in that upper bracket section as well. It's going to be super sick, as I do love to say.
You do love to say, Gemini. But what a treat these games are. It's so good to see these players offline. You know, the caliber of Reynor, Solar, Maru, Shin. Amazing players. And this is a 2-day event. As you mentioned, they're fighting for that spot in the top 4. Let's see what happens. Right now, we have hatch gas pool on both sides, very standard openings. No pool first shenanigans, nothing like that. Things will look fairly similar on both sides for just a moment here, and we'll have to see if they want to take their third bases, their Bane nests, or if they want to wall off and go for a 2-base build. I don't think so, but we will find out shortly.
Yeah, I'm curious if Solar is going to be trying to yet again go for mutas in this game. I mean, obviously it worked that one game. That was a little bit more of like an actual macro game setup, whereas the second game obviously had a little bit of difference in the early game setup. So trying to go for that fast 2-base muta play was, I guess, a little bit more risky on his end. But it seemed like so far it was a style that he enjoyed overall. We don't really know exactly what happened in the first game because we weren't, it was happening off stream there for a moment. So we don't know exactly if he was going for it all 3 games. But I would honestly be shocked, I would say, if he tries to continue to bring that out as his standard. But, I mean, nowadays we're in a new patch, so maybe the mutas are becoming very, very stock standard in this matchup.
They are very good, for sure. It's not like a wild thing to go for, like a huge gamble, you know what I mean? It's like you can play a standard muta macro game and get more workers than your opponent and try to harass them and then eventually kill them as they tech up into infestors, lurkers, vipers, that kind of thing. We definitely do see mutas a lot these days, but again, Reynor also can go mutas just fine. We've seen him do that against Serral a bunch of times in the past. He's very, very good with the mutas. The wild thing would be if both players do it and we go into a a big muta war. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Spamming those
sign me
air
up for that.
defense upgrades.
My God. Get Vipers out and just trying to, just to send out some parasitic bombs or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure that would be absolutely insane. It would be very cool. I mean, I feel like that overall, though, as a player is definitely very difficult to play. It's kind of like Phoenix versus Phoenix in PvP, where it's like you never want to be the aggressor in that scenario because you never know, like, oh, if I just make one mistake, then all of a sudden everything just goes out of control and it just absolutely goes crazy. So, yeah, I'd be curious to see if that ends up happening, of course.
It's a quick lair.
Yep. As it is, we see Roach Warrens going down for both players. We do see the slightly faster layer coming out of Solar, and this is a very similar timing to what he did in the game where he did go mutas. So that is on the table, and we see another gas being added by him as well. Already going up to 3 gases. If we see a 4th one being added in the near future, I would say mutas are on the table, but we don't know just yet. Both players droning up right now. Reynor is actually waiting for his Roach run to finish. He is not droning, and Reynor is going to be the aggressor here, throwing down 6 Roaches right now. Is he going to just pressure with this, or is he going to completely stop droning? We'll have to find out. Okay, he's going up to 11. This is definitely some aggression, and Solar is adding those extra gases. Looks like he does want to go mutas here.
I'm wondering if Solar noticed how many drones were at the 3rd base there.
Reynor is going to Solar once more.
He's not got too many himself either, but I feel like a couple more drones would be coming into the mix at this point as the other player, and Reynor also kind of trying to get that.
Reynor playing like Solar.
Sees those extra gases coming in, but he's got a bunch of Roaches and Lings already on the map, going across plenty more things and veins, all being made.
Not gonna lie, Ragnar, I can see it.
With this attack.
Yeah, Solar's up to 5 gases. That slows down your mineral income so much. He's on 49 drones, which isn't an insane amount, but right now the issue is
Solar is getting Solar.
No! Bailey killed. Okay, good connection on the Lings.
Go on.
Does he
Go,
have
go, go, go,
Another
go,
good
go,
connection.
go,
Here
go.
come the Banelings of Reynor. Going to do a lot of AoE damage to the Roaches and Queens of Solar. Does he have
don't
enough?
quite have
Though?
enough,
right
no.
now it looks like Solar might just be holding more units streaming in here, a few more Lings. And the army of Solar is actually being split right now, Gemini.
Yeah, there's a spine
That's
crawler
nice,
that also
but
just finished at the 3rd base rule, which will be critical
not a
for Solar
success.
on this defense. Reynor waiting for the rest of his reinforcements to come along.
I feel like we lost a few too many links to that first Bane.
Breathing a sigh of relief. He's held the first
What?
wave
He
for
canceled?
now, but there is more on the way. Reynor is got a layer finished up, but he's not going back into drones at this point.
Didn't Reynor cancel his layer, or am I crazy? Did I missee that? Or is it done?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Solar's game plan was to go for a spy.
Yeah, he
without any
cancelled.
gases, but after
He didn't
seeing
finish.
This huge attack by Reynor, he knows that's not an option. He needs to do nothing but make Roaches.
Reynor
Lings
cancelled the
trying to
lair.
Wrap around on this big ball of Roaches. Some of them get caught here. The bios go down. This spine crawler helping out so much in the defense for Solar. I think he may just be hanging on here.
Yeah, I think Reynor is very dead.
Now realizing he's got the advantage, trying to swing it back towards his favor as well as he takes a fight in the middle of the map away from where his reinforcements are going to be helping him, trying to cut Reynor off before he can regroup. And he's honestly feeling such confidence. He's even just eating a bile there on the way across as well, getting the Spire now behind this with some more Roaches and trying to go back into the drones. But Reynor continues to make more reinforcements behind this. Does Solar think that he's actually droning?
I'm not sure, but Solar has the Roach speed right now, so Reynor cannot catch him. He cannot really run away that well. It makes sense to try and be active with those units. Both players kind of going back into drones here. And Reynor will have a layer and +1 eventually, so he can try and go into Hydralisk, but it feels like he's so far behind now. Already about 10 drones behind. The Spire is halfway done.
It feels like that, because he is.
Yeah, the drone count is looking great for him. I mean, that's like you said, the Spire is already getting closer and closer
It's very
to
deep.
completion. He's been mining gas for so long as well, so he's going to actually be able to make a
Something
pretty
about
good
a duck.
amount of them once the Spire does
Walks
finish.
like a
He's not
duck,
just going to be
quacks
trickling
like
out
a
1 or
duck.
2 or anything like that. He's going to have a full flock of mutas coming out nicely here for him. Reynor trying to recoup. He's getting that +1 upgrade. He's trying to recoup that drone count because it is just looking abysmal for him in that regard. Down nearly 10 at this point. Just trying to do whatever he can. Solar realizing he's going to have map control, splitting off those overlords as well to make sure he knows exactly where Reynor's going. If he tries to go for any counterattacks like that was happening in the earlier game as well, Reynor trying to throw out his roaches to try and
Yeah,
against Solar.
Reynor at this point is praying that it's not Mutas.
Yeah, as you
And
know,
then when he
Solar's
realizes
able to
it
save
is
up
Mutas,
so much gas and already making
he
12
might just
roaches
leave,
and the
or he
first
might try to
Spire
throw
upgrade.
down
He's getting an
7
Evo
spore
chamber to
crawlers
upgrade
and
things,
pray,
that
but
belly upgrade. Oh, even taking this
you know,
base
he's pretty
to
dead.
the rich gas there.
I'd like to
So
see
he's
the
gonna have a
camera,
ton of
right?
gas
Yeah,
there.
he just
Well,
leaves.
Reynor sees the mutas and just GG's.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
that was what we call anticlimactic, but regardless.
I mean,
Solar with a great defense.
it's anticlimactic if you didn't see it coming, but I think you are spot on, Infinity. Reynor was indeed gambling there that it wouldn't be Muras, and that was his only shot. Like, please no Muda, please no Muda, and the moment he sees Muras. He could have done two things. Number one is what he did, just leave. Number two is sack the fourth and only build spores across the 3 bases, but you're gonna be so freaking far behind that. It's kind of pointless. Ay, ay, ay. Game 5 ZVZ, but it's on Magnetha. Big Magnet.
Switching away from the original plan, which was to go into those mutas and going full on the defense with the roaches, with the Ravagers, an extra spine crawler, working out great for him.
Yeah, very good read on the game by Solar, knowing where he is, knowing when he needs to defend, knowing when he can afford to tech. Like, if you make that Spire and you try to make mutas, you could just die to that attack. It was hitting very, very hard. I'm curious what Reynor wants to do here in game number 5, because he's been very aggressive the last few games, and it's not working out for him. So maybe we're going to see him switch it up, try and play a macro style, maybe go for mutas of his own. We'll have to see what he has in store, as the map will be Magnetha. In the top left, we have the Korean Zerg. In the red, it's Solar.
And on the bottom right-hand side, unfortunately not able to close out the series just yet. We need one more game between them. It is Reynor.
Woo.
This is what we want to see, guys. A competitive series, down to the wire. Game 5. This is the time to bring out the strat that you think has the best chance of winning. All on
The
line
usual
here.
Wardy?
You want to get that spot into the
What do you mean
finals
with the
to
usual
go up
Wardy?
against the winner of Maru Shin. You
I don't
want to
think
make
Wardy
it
is
to
live.
day 2 and get in the
Wardy
big
ain't
body.
casting right now.
So there's a lot to play for.
Yeah, they showed the crowd a few times, and it's actually, like, decently attended. I wouldn't say it's packed to the rafters, but it's also not empty. Like, there's definitely people there.
Player, maybe you're not looking at the upper bracket and thinking that another Zerg is going to make it at this point, probably thinking they're going to play against Maru. And at this point, yeah, just throw everything out there. This is probably your last ZVZ that you're going to play in this tournament. So go balls to the wall, just let it rip. Do whatever you can in game number 5. Let's whatever they got. You like that one, huh? You like that?
Yeah, go balls to the wall, Gemini. Sure, do what you
That's
got to
a
do.
normal phrase people
That's
say.
a normal phrase. It is, yeah, it is. Like PF, yeah.
I don't think balls to the wall is that crazy.
Let's not do this.
I'll stand up for you here, Gemini. That's totally fine. Nothing weird.
Okay.
No one says that IRL.
Yeah. Oh no, save me, someone. So we have a hatch, gas, and a pool on both sides. Both these guys mining gas right now. They'll be staying with 3 drones in the gas until they get their speed and Baneland nest. Until they get their speed, then usually you take one out, get your 3rd base, get your Bane nest. All the standard stuff. 2 queens on the way either side.
Whoa.
Yeah, I really want to know if Reynor's going to continue with this aggression, because like you said, he's been
What was
really
that?
favoring that overall in this series so far from what we've seen.
Is that like a Twitch celebration or something? Did somebody give something? Bits shared by Megalomania. Bits for dinos. That's kind of cool. Oh, wait, what? It's this. Do I have that too? Can you guys do that to me or no?
Force it into a bit of a longer game, or maybe he just has to.
Is that
make
only
some
on
small tweaks
Tasteless?
here and there? Maybe he realizes there's a slightly.
Does every channel have it?
Possibly
Oh, I don't have dinos?
different
Fuck.
type of, all-in
I'm getting
or
robbed over
aggressive
here.
Maneuver. Because again, like we said, so far in the last game, it didn't seem like it works too well.
Yeah, that is the luxury of being on match.
I mean, I can also see it being annoying, but it's kind of cool when it's new.
Last game, right? You send it, and if it works, okay, great. You move on. If it doesn't, you can try something more standard in the last game, or you can send it again. They might not expect it, but you do have that luxury if you go up in the series. But now it's even footing here. Just 1 game remains. Both these guys going for the 3rd.
It's a new exclusive Twitch feature for channels where they explain that the matter of fact does heal up the bio units. I'm still trying to figure this one out 15 years in, but other channels have this on lockdown.
At least from my perspective, perspective as a Protoss player, when I see this in a PvZ, for instance, when you see the more forward base being taken, it generally signifies a little bit more aggression from the opponent. They want their hatchery a little bit closer to the other side of the map, let their production be able to go across a little bit faster.
Exactly.
I don't know how much that plays a factor in ZVZ as much, but do you expect that maybe Solar might be trying to go for something like that, or is this maybe just like something he, for whatever reason, prefers that base compared to the other one?
Yeah, that can be a factor. You know, your roaches will make more forward, you know, closer to your opponent than if you have the other base potentially. I think some players just prefer these bases. You know.
So Solar again going for a quick lair. That's obviously the way that he has won the previous 2 games, right? That slightly pre-4 minute lair. Reynor could be gearing up for another very, very aggressive build, but this time with +1 carapace, which is going to make his Ling reinforcements a lot stronger. Hello, Multi. Is Watford playing today, mate? Who are you dropping points against today? Or is it tomorrow?
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, he's still
feel like
getting
I
a lot
did.
of drones. He
The way at Wrexham.
Woo!
Tough.
Right there.
Is
But
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds
Solar
playing?
is going for that fast lair again. It seems like he just likes this style, and I mean, we saw him defend with it as well last game. So it doesn't even feel like it's a build that has a lot of weaknesses overall. Just from what we've seen, he's able to adapt it whenever things needed. And there's that Spire getting thrown down right away as well. And Reynor looks like he will be pumping up the
Reynor, what are we
aggression
gonna
a little
do?
bit again.
This
Lots
map
of
is pretty
roaches
large,
coming
so it's
into the
kind of hard.
roach attack.
Okay, I think Reynor has to send it right now, right? Like right now? It's possible. It is possible. Because now with +1 carapace, the Ling reinforcements that we have are actually going to be a lot more useful and a lot more powerful. You know what, guys? I don't hate it.
You know, the armor can be really good, but
I think it looks good for Reynor. But if Tingle Tangle says it looks good for Reynor, I start getting a little worried.
Would work out better than a missile one. We will see. Reynor stop droning.
But I like it.
He's looking to be very aggressive as that Spire is going up full Solar right now.
Yes, he's going to get all of his stuff situated.
Send it, Reynor,
first.
please.
Lots of extra
Send it,
links
man.
coming
You have
in
to
as well.
send
He's
it.
stopped at 50
You have to
drones,
send it.
getting a couple
We're
more overlords just to
wasting
make
too
sure,
much time.
denying a scout over on the right-hand side.
Why
It
are we
looks like
going back?
I don't believe Solar got the information that Reynor is going for this
Now
attack.
we're
There's
still
a lot of
okay.
drones being made.
I
There's
think we're
Evo
still.
chambers
Oh,
being
we're still
built.
okay. We're still okay.
Roaches right
Go,
now.
go, go,
With the
go, go.
production tab.
Choke,
Extra
choke, choke,
spine
choke,
crawler
choke,
getting
choke.
thrown down. I think he
Go,
sees
go,
the amount of
go,
units coming across
go,
now with
go.
his overlords on the map. Will he be able to react
Go.
in time?
Yeah, Reynor
Please
has
send
no
it.
layer here.
For
He
fuck's
doesn't have a
sake.
good drone count. He is all in
Click
right
it in.
now, trying to kill Solar before the mutas come out. He's actually making mutas, which surprises me. You know, they're going
Send
to take
it.
a while to get here, and they will only chip away at the roaches. You need units right now. And Reynor's knocking on the door. Here come the links.
Send
When he goes
it.
to natural or the third, splits off some units, but Solar
We're
already
wasting
has
a
some
lot of
roaches
time,
in
man.
the mineral line. They're beautiful positions. And here come the Ravagers.
Yeah, I love the bottleneck coming in from Solar to try
Go.
and deny the
We
links
have
as
to
much
send
damage
it,
as
send
possible,
it,
but
send it.
They're just going to go right over to the third base and force all the drones into the natural anyway.
Send like 20
So every
20
drone is
links
gonna
into the
fight and
main.
fight
Go,
in this
go, go,
natural
go,
at this
go.
point. Massive violence getting thrown
Go,
down on
go,
the Larva
go.
as well, denying those. And the army from Solar is crumbling before our eyes.
Send it.
Beautiful bios on the Lava, so he can't make
Into
as
the
many
main.
units. There's so much Roachling. They cannot shoot up, but it
Come
doesn't
on.
matter. He's going to be able to take out
We need
so
like
many workers right
25
now.
drones
Solar
here.
frantically trying to defend, but he just doesn't have enough. Can he clear out these roaches before they deal critical damage? Already.
Sorry about that.
Drones going
Sorry.
Down here for Solar. He's trying to rally, but there's still so much
Go,
for Reynor.
go, go,
And
go,
he's
go,
getting his
go,
layer behind
go,
this. He's
go,
getting
go,
spawns,
go,
so even if the
go.
mutas move across the map, he has that anti-air at home.
Six
57
drones,
go
baby.
down.
He's got 2 drones.
Muda
One
this.
drone on the map. Solar
Oh, it's good enough, mate. It's good enough. It's
not
good
gonna
enough.
happen. Reynor will be able to take game number 5 and move on into the grand finals.
Let's go.
Wow, what a game from Reynor. He says, okay, you've done this build 2 times in a row. Do it again. Do it again.
I dare you.
Yeah. And he just hits the perfect timing to kill that, muta transition.
And this
And
is where Solar is like, man, so
kill it,
that's
and
how
then
they
full
feel.
W. Beautiful series from
That's
both
how
these
they
teams.
feel.
Really well. There's the handshake, lots of respect. Great series, and I can't wait to hear what he has
I mean, he
to say
didn't really
on
look at him.
matter.
Did he mean it?
Just the non-stop aggression coming out.
Obviously sad for Solar, but I'm very happy for Reynor. Let's go. Reynor in the finals. That also means that we're going to stick around, guys.
Time in the series, proving its worth. Maybe that was the +1 carapace. Maybe that's what was really the
Yeah,
deciding
that makes a
factor
big
in that one.
difference.
Maybe it was just the tell of the Ling and the roaches not actually being sold just as early, because Solar seemed like he got that.
I actually don't think that's true, Josh Johnson. I really don't think that's true. I would invite you to take a look at the last 20 times that Serral and Reynor played each other, and I can guarantee you, mate, that Serral has all-in Reynor a lot more often than the other way around. In the beginning of their careers, yes, Reynor used to often all-in Serral. In their very beginning. We're talking 2017, 2018, absolutely true. Reynor was the aggressor. But throughout the last 3-4 years, Serral is actually often a lot more aggressive against Reynor than the other way around.
As Solar, he was caught unprepared.
And that is a fact, I promise you that. But nobody's blaming anything. Anything is fair. I mean, Wingend was a bit outspoken, but people should be able to play the game in any way, shape, or form. But Solar has a reputation for these builds. That is a fact. That's not blaming anybody. That's just the thing. And I'm sure Reynor's going to talk about it.
With Reynor, congratulations, man. That was an explosive and exciting ZVZ. It was so aggressive. We saw so many mutas. I had no idea who was going to take it until game number 5. How do you feel after winning a series like that one?
Feels amazing. Solar is always a big trouble for me or for every Zerg out there. It's very hard to know what's going on. Most of the time it's going to be an all-in or mutas. It's very hard to figure out which one it is. So I just kind of had to gamble. Lots of mind games as well.
It feels like Solar is one of the hardest players in the world to beat in ZVZ, maybe even the hardest to beat in ZVZ because he's so unpredictable. So my question to you is, when you're playing a best of 5 like this one, where it feels like he can do literally anything, how do you prepare from game to game?
Well, it's a lot of scouting and like little tells, also a lot of mind games. For example, I let him pick the first map because I knew he would skip the Bailing Nest. So I just gambled that he would skip the Bailing Nest because it was a very short map and he has a tendency to do that. So I just all-in him. I don't know, we played so much, so I have like a lot of things in my head about Solar. That definitely helps. I just kind of gamble, to be honest. Like, Solar is kind of the kind of player that doesn't care, you know. He will take a gamble. He will just do whatever he wants. He doesn't care, you know. So yeah.
Alright, so obviously with the new patch, CVC is a bit more volatile. But what are your overall thoughts on the matchup? Like, do you think mutas are way stronger now in terms of like macro play? Or do you think it's like still possible to deal with them in a non-all-in manner?
For sure, I think ZVZ got even more gambly after the patch. The Spire cost going down and then Microbial Shroud being introduced is good for Muraling Bane because then you transition into Ultras.
Yeah.
It's even more volatile and I hate it. So yeah, I'm not a big fan. I like my Roach versus Roach, you know, if a game is smooth, that's what I like, unless I'm playing against Serral.
Alright, so my next question was going to be, who would you like to play in the finals? So you have either Maru or Shin, but going off your last answer, I would guess that you would say Maru.
Well, it's hard to pick Maru, eh?
Yeah.
He's not just a Terran, he's the second best Terran,
Yeah.
so... I would probably still say Shin, even though ZVZ is a bit crazy. Maru's just so good.
I think it's a very honest answer.
For sure.
Maru's next level.
Well, congratulations again, Reynor. You're now very close to the final RSL day tomorrow. Hope you make it. Guys, want to give a big shout out to the sponsor here of the RSL, Archon Studios and Pulsar. We couldn't do it without their support. They have made some really cool products. Starcraft Tabletop Miniatures game is coming out. The Pulsar gear also is fantastic. I can't tell you how excited I am to have a sponsor whose gear I actually use because their mice are incredible. So big shout out to our sponsors. We're going to take a short break now. When we get back, the next series here in the RSL.
It better be short.
Yeah.
If it says 14 minutes, I'm angry.
I feel like, at least in the games I cast, I haven't. Wait. What?
5 is short. I can live with 5.
Yeah. Or not.
All right, guys. So we've got the Maru versus Shin, a best of 5, and the winner will play against Reynor in a best of 7. Really brutal, by the way, for the guy who loses the best of 7, because you get nothing. You won't even get a couple buckies for getting so close to the final 4. That is obviously feedback that I will give, even though I've never really interacted with the guys from RSL. But if they ask my opinion, yeah, I don't think you can let these guys play for an entire day, make it to the grand finals, lose it, maybe a nail-biting best of 7, and then get $0. That's a bit rough.
That is a brutal scenario for Reynor.